Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted this video to show you guys my planner lineup, and it's funny because I kept saying how I wanted to go down to like one planner, but here I am with 4 books. And actually there's 5 because I've got my 2 different Petites. So this one will start small. This one is going to have, it's the little habit tracker one from Erin Condren. It's going to have my YouTube schedule on the front side and habits that I want to track on the back. And that's all it's going to be. February YouTube, and then it'll be February habits, and so on and so forth. So this one will not go with me anywhere. It'll stay home. Because I don't need this stuff during the day. So this one will stay home. And then I have my monthly, and I debated a lot on having this coiled. I don't really think I need it coiled, but so it goes through each month, and that's all it is monthly views and notes pages. So I'm going to use this as kind of an on-the-go budget planner, because the Erin Condren and pretty much any like budget planner I find will not work for me. And that's because all of the categories are pre-filled, and that just, I don't know how many people that actually works for, but it doesn't work for me. So I've got my monthly bills, my 2 monthly budget goals, and then at the end of the months, I got these stickers from Sarah Marie. And the reason I did her shop instead of Caffeinated Cait for the Petites is because Caffeinated Cait's Petite kits has just expenses all the way across, and I still wanted them split. And obviously I messed up. I clearly a professional sticker budget person, like I haven't been doing this forever. But I think I've got it figured out-ish. So I'm going to have my bills over here. And this is mostly just to keep track of, I might just get some tape and tape those down. I just pulled them up too many times. So that I can keep track of what needs to be paid and what's getting paid, what hasn't been paid. And then here I'm going to track like any of the shopping I do, fuel purchases, like fill-ups, groceries, anything that I budget for that's not like, and I might even include paying bills or sending money to sinking funds or like anything that's coming out of my accounts, so I can keep track of it instead of having a bunch of receipts, because the receipts are not working for me. And then I've got February, and these will probably come up as well. It might be that it might be that I get rid of this washi and this washi and this line and just have it be expenses, which is fine. It's totally fine. And then I'll have like March and so on. So there's that. And this one will stay in my bag with me. And then my main planner. This was the Erin Condren Petites. I've talked about this in several videos. It's her daily planners. I had them cut, separated, and coiled. So this is, here is 6 months worth of daily planners. It's the first 2 petite planners for dailies. And then a meal planner, which is 6 months. Oh, okay. It just smeared over. It's 6 months worth of meal planning. And it's 1 meal planner. So this book will get me all the way through the end of June. And so this is where there's not going to be any more monthly plan with me's. So I'm going to have my bare minimum paydays, daycare, birthdays, appointments, and stuff going on. And then my daily planner. And I did change this up a little bit. So my first section is 6 to 12. Second section is 1 to 7. And then 8 and 9, because I always need it at least through the 9 o'clock hour until 10. And then I think I'm going to put like YouTube stuff at the bottom here. And then bills and meal planning, and then my to-do list. And it's just going to go through everything like that, paydays. And so that's how I'm going to have that set up. And then I've got my meal plan at the back so that I always have my meal plan and my shopping list instead of making my meal plan, shopping list, putting my shopping list on a separate sheet of paper, and then not really knowing what I need for each meal, if that makes sense. And I think I'm going to eventually, like, when I plan for this week, I'll, like, put a little highlight color so I can highlight so I know which items go for which meals, if that makes sense. And then I don't do a meal prep strategy. I usually use this section down here for like non-food grocery shopping. Like I use vinegar for my laundry or when I need laundry soap or stuff like that. All right. Excuse me. Now we get into the main planners. These will stay at home. This one, I'll go through this one second. It's kind of a lot. So this is the Erin Condren Academic Planner. It's 7x9. This one runs January through December. It's 12 month. So I will not be using this for school. I actually put my schooling on pause. I realized I was $41,000 in student loan debt alone, which made my heart stop a little bit. So I put school on pause. I'm going to pay down my student loans and try to cash flow the rest of my bachelor's degree if I choose to go back. We've got the year at a glance. I've already started filling this in a little bit. Yellow is birthdays, but I've got these first 7 are sinking funds or like stuff that I need to keep track of, like auto insurance, car tags, income taxes, dental and vision. So, like in January, I have my eye exam and I'll need to get contacts and probably glasses, but that's basically to keep track of like dental appointments and like those expenses also because they correlate at the same time. Amazon Prime for when I renew. I have to look that up to see when it renews. I think it's in June. Planner reorder, which will be in May and November typically. Sports registration for Declan's, like soccer, baseball, stuff like that. But also, so to go back to the planner reorder, I'm also going to put that as the seasonal surprise boxes. Then we've got no school, and I've got a couple here. I have to look up all the dates again because I can't remember all the holidays. But like the regular ones, and then vacation, birthdays, and appointments. And those are any appointment that's not dental or vision. Like Declan goes to the ENT every 6 months, and then he's going to start going back to the allergist here soon. And so those appointments. And then we've got my budget goals pages. So January goals, I went through this with my January budget. So no eating out, monthly budget challenge that you guys are more than welcome to participate with me. I would love that. And also to see your progress. My personal budget challenge. So like for most of the months, it's going to be this daily savings challenge. So save the dollar amount for each date. But like February, I've got the monthly budget challenge is daily savings. So my personal one is going to be to pay off my collections. And then this one will just be a third goal that I would like to accomplish. I just haven't thought of one necessarily for January. And there's one for each day or each month. Yeah, December. Okay, and then I've got a 2020 budget. And I just did this. So the top part is going to be my estimated annual income. And I left this line blank just in case I get another job or like if I leave McDonald's and get another job or however that's going to work. I just wanted to make sure that there was going to be an extra space. My annual estimated and then my actual annual. But down here, this is basically going to be just a cheat sheet for me. So I know so that when I do this budget, I can just flip open. And they're backwards compared to how I want. But yeah, so I can just like open this and go here, or I can look at this for my rough budget, to do this, if that makes sense. And then, so the monthly view I'm going to use for my budget, because I don't really need this giant monthly view to be for like activities. Like we don't have a whole lot going on right now. So I have this for my to keep track of activities. Right now there's just paydays on all of it. I'm not going to put bills on this monthly view, but I'm not going to put activities here unless it comes like out of a sinking fund. Like January, I'll probably put something there because we're going to see PJ Masks live. And I'm sure there's going to be costs incurred from that. And that'll come out of Declan's activity fund. And then the weekly, here's why I did the academic planner, because I can use the monthly view for my budget. The weeklies, I'm not going to do plan with me's here. This is a very rough, like overview of what I need to do. And so I've got the weekly stuff and then the blank notes pages at the end of each month for my budget. So I've got my budget, my weekly check-in, and then I finally figured out how to do my paycheck budget. This is zoomed in, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's just being very close. So on one side, I'm going to have all of my paydays listed, which is a lot. I get paid weekly from each DoorDash and Grubhub, and then twice a month from McDonald's. And so I'm going to start it here and then move it over to here. For my weekly pay budgets. So like I'll probably draw a line here or like highlight each color for each week and then go down. You did? Yeah. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this empty page in the back because I'm not using this for my sinking funds. Okay, give me just a minute. And then I was talking for myself. Oh, okay. And then, so we'll go through the whole year like that. And there's no extra notes pages at the back of this book. Like it goes from the December weeklies and then I get 1, 2, 3, 4 notes pages and that's it. So that is also why I have this notebook. And this is just an Erin Condren, like, take note notebook. So to get into it, I've got the monthly budget challenges for the whole year. And then I put my personal goals, but it's not really. It's just a list of, like, all of my debt balances as of December 13th is when I looked it up. My 2020 sinking funds. And then, so this is all the categories I have, the amount I want to have by the end of the year. And some of these seem off, like 10, 20, and that was just so I could put like an even amount each month. So, and then I've got little notes like May and November is when it's due. This is due in September. This is $5 a week. His birthday's in November, Christmas in December, obviously. My monthly amount, what? Oh, okay. This I'm going to use for, like, my debt tracker. I think, I'm not 100% sure. I think my initial goal was to, like, move this information over to here. Or, like, maybe I'll make this, like, my baby steps, like I've had in the past. And then we've got, January sinking funds and debt tracker. And so out of this whole long category list, I narrowed it down to, in January, I'm only going to do these. I think there's 9. These 9 funds, and it totals, the amounts that I want to put in totals $400. So we'll kind of see how that actually goes. And then I'm going to have February sinking funds and debt tracker. And that's just because for a while, I don't want to fund all of my sinking funds. Like, I am financially not there yet. I tried to do that and I overwhelmed myself last year trying to fund everything. So that's not going to work for me this year, and I already know that. So, and then I'm going to have my extra debt payments. I'm hoping to have this one paid off by the end of February. I'm going to start paying on my student loans, so I'm going to keep track of those payments. All right, and then we get into, okay, that's just for the rest of the year for these. Daycare expenses and mileage tracker for each month for DoorDash and Grubhub. And then my McDonald's pay information. And that'll be date, hourly pay, gross pay, taxes coming out, net pay, and any bonuses I get. And then Q1 for DoorDash, Grubhub, and YouTube, so I can keep track of the income, expenses, any savings for taxes that I need to pull out. I've got Q2, 3, and 4. Got my insurance information for Declan's insurance, my medical, dental, and vision, because those are all separate. And then any medical expenses that I accrue, like I will have... Declan, please stop. I know. I know you're counting. I will have a deductible for dental and medical, and then I have to pay for some of my contacts out of pocket. And so I just want to keep track of all that stuff. And then I don't think I have anything. I put a little bookmark in the back to keep track of like non-budget goals, but I don't know. So we'll kind of see how that works. I do know that I'm going to need a page for like my bank accounts, because all of these sinking funds, let me go back to my... So these are broken up into sections. So these 3 are going to be in one savings account, and these are going to be in a separate one, and these are separate. Like each section is separate. So that I can kind of keep track of all of it, because I tried to put them all into one account and that didn't work out for me. So I'm going to have one is just for Declan, one is just for me, one is for medical, one is for like a miscellaneous, holiday gifts, household, pet expenses. One is for like the big funds, like this will be my biggest one. It'll earn the most interest. And it'll be separate from my Capital One. Like all of these are Capital One accounts. But, so I'm going to need a page for all that. I already know that. And maybe that's what I'll do here. I don't know. But you guys won't see this notebook a whole lot. This is just the very nitty gritty. The sinking funds, I'll try to update you guys regularly on the sinking funds and the debt trackers. But otherwise, you won't see this notebook a whole lot. But anyway, so that is going to be my lineup. These 2 will stay at home. Or these 3 will stay at home. These 2 will go with me. And I'm really excited to move into these books next week. Oh goodness, today's Christmas Eve as I'm filming this. So yeah, next week.
No, Christmas Day.
It's tomorrow.
Christmas Day is today.
No, it's not. So yeah, there is my lineup. We'll see how well this all works for me. This one I can see being the one I ditched the soonest. I'm not good at habit tracking, so we'll see. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to end this here, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on this and how everything works for me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.